Hello, welcome to the Nerdic Gods podcast, episode 29?
Yeah.
29? Yeah, 29. I am your host, Daniel. With me, I have Mr. Cool Common Collective, Connor.
Why the fuck was Dexter a lumberjack at the end there? I still don't understand it, you know?
Because he retired and wanted to do something with his life.
But he just went out into the middle of the ocean and all of a sudden he's a lumberjack.
Into a storm.
Still
Like,
murdering
what?
people? We don't know.
And he left that woman. He left that woman with his kid, and
He
she's
left Miranda for Mass Effect 2 with the fucking kid.
she was Miranda.
She was Miranda. Yep.
She's
Well.
an actress.
Mm-hmm.
And with me, I also have, what did I call you? The Brash Brit Sims, which I like the Brash Brit.
But Lost wasn't that
Really?
bad, right?
What?
BB.
Lost, the ending.
I did not watch Lost. I watched the pilot.
Yeah, I stopped after season 2 because it got really bad.
Oh,
I
season 2
watched
was
the
the
pilot.
best.
The pilot's pretty cool.
Season 2 was good, but
Video games. Video games.
Video
boys.
game. It's the video game podcast. Hey. Sims, I want to know what you've been playing. Please tell me.
Oh, why me? Nothing really. Dead Rising.
Nothing?
I'm still on
Because
Dead
I wanted
Rising.
to know. Dead Rising?
Dead Rising. I'm just killing time really for Avengers. What am I playing? Dead Rising. I've done one playthrough where I've got 53,000 zombies, so I've done that. So it's constantly in the. For anyone who doesn't know, Dead Rising is a game that came out in 2006 on the Xbox 360, and the gameplay holds up. The AI is terrible.
was it ever good though?
No,
I
it wasn't good
think
back
so.
then.
I thought
It
it was
wasn't good back then.
amazing. Like,
I remember having problems moving people from place to the safe house every time.
I'm still having problems. Like, I hate the game right now. Like, the game is making me pissed off. Like,
You
they
know,
just
you know
don't
what's a
want to
good
do what they
weapon?
want.
If you can get a bunch of them, is the bowling ball. Because it just knocks them all away.
True, yeah. Very true. I mean, I'm at the moment, I'm halfway through my Saint playthrough, which is, for everyone who doesn't know, it's to get all the survivors. I think I've got about 40 survivors. I think there's like maybe 50, 60 survivors. And I've got to go to the cinema, beat this crazy guy, this crazy cool guy. Easy peasy, because I've got like the best weapons in the game, so it's like 2 hits and he's
It's
dead.
always funny because you get kidnapped.
Yeah.
You get like knocked out.
That's another trophy for me not to. I'm just trying to get as many trophies as I can, and then if I get all the trophies, and then the last trophy is the worst one. It is you got to survive 7 days without saving, so that's 14 real hours. Your health depletes because of hunger. The game is notorious because it's a port, a not very good port. The game could crash. So do I attempt it? Do I attempt a
I would
14-hour?
So the way me and my cousin did it, he went for the achievement. He's not an achievement guy, but he went for the achievement. What we did was we went outside after you beat the guys outside in like the park area. You beat them so that there's only zombies there. There's a thing you can climb on top of.
Yeah.
And we just sat up there and had a bunch of orange juice and coffee creamer because I think those are the two things that give you the
best
most.
ones. And a pizza.
And you just have as much inventory as you can, and then just every time it gets that last couple health, you just drink one and just keep doing that.
I mean, there's an in-depth guide of like every 20 minutes your health will deplete. I wouldn't, you know what? It wouldn't be a bad platinum to have, but it's time consuming. And if we pre-order the deluxe edition of Avengers, I could be playing it next Tuesday. But then I am thinking, I'm going to do the Saints playthrough, maybe clear up a few other trophies, and then see how I feel. I might just go to Dead Rising 2.
But Sims, do you have 14 hours to sit there and get
No.
this?
No, I don't.
That's what I'm
No,
saying.
I get like 2 hours a night.
That's a lot of hours.
I'll have to put it on rest mode. My fan clicks because of I think the bearings are going in my fan, so that'd be constantly moaning. It's an unrealistic target. I'm just enjoying it. I'm having a good time. Like
Do it on like a weekend, I guess. Start it super early. Wake up, do it super early.
I do that.
So
I get up at stupid o'clock every day. Maybe one day. Maybe
do it on like a weekend day, though, where you don't have to work. You just keep coming back to it. You know.
Then the kids might turn it off.
Oh yeah, they will.
I will say though,
way too much trouble.
I will say that not what I've been playing. Natalie's been playing. Is it Spiritfarer?
Yeah.
And like
Spitfire.
Spitfire, yeah. She's having a really good, like, I'd say a good time with it, but she's a bit of a wreck. Like, it's a very emotional game. Like, she's watched a few streams and she was explaining to me the characters, and like they all have their own little story. She was on about like a hedgehog who's getting Alzheimer's and doesn't realize, who she is. She thinks that she's a daughter. I can't remember. Like, I'm probably butchering it.
Think she's a dog?
No, don't. This is emotional. This is an emotional game. I'm watching that screen. I've changed my screens around. So yeah, like, she was saying, like, the hedgehog was old, so she couldn't climb the ladders because you can choose where the rooms will go, and she couldn't get to her room anymore. So she had to move the room downstairs. She had to edit and then move it because the hedgehog couldn't get into her room because she's so old and frail, or etc. etc. And then obviously, I think you're out to basically bring them peace so they can die peacefully. But no, every time that seems to happen, Natalie's just like, oh, she's dying, she's dead. Oh, and then you can choose to give them a hug as well. Like, it's not for me. Don't get me wrong, but the game seems to be like hitting some like.
I played like an hour.
Strings, like, yeah. It's probably
you run a retirement center for old animals.
Kind of.
No, think about Greek mythology. The lake of, what was the name of that lake? Where all the dead people are. Hercules. Remember Hercules, where Hades is?
I remember Hercules.
Lake? Yeah, that huge lake with all the dead people.
Are you talking about that green lake where Hercules almost got pulled down into it?
Yes, exactly. So that is the lake where you're supposed to go to your death. Basically, you go on the boat to your death. That's imagine that
scary fucking lake.
It's not a scary game, but imagine that you put them on your boat and you're guiding them to their death.
Okay.
To the afterlife, basically. You're ferrying them to the afterlife.
Yeah, I think
they're spirits.
These people they're real people. I think they took the spirit, their like spirit animal. There's kind of, I don't know. All I'm gonna say, it looks decent, and Natalie's having a good time with it. And obviously, if she's having a good time, then I can recommend it. And I've seen lots of streams, and they seem to be having the same emotions. Some of them cry. It gets upsetting. It's quite emotional, really. And yeah, and then she has been playing Fall Guys. I swear to God, I think she just sits. She must sit there and go, I think I might win at Fall Guys, and puts it on and wins at Fall Guys.
Crown she got
20.
20, damn. I still only have
23.
Nice.
But she does it for fun. If she gets to the final, the odds are in her favor. Like, I think she fucked up once on Hexagon yesterday, but like literally she jumped, she fell, and then she was guaranteed to land on one of the yellow ones down below. The game somehow clipped her off it, and then she fell to a doom, which it just seemed like absolute dog shit. But I think she was like last 3.
I mean, glitches happen, right? I think people have had that before.
Yeah, if I get to the Hexagon game at the end, I'm pretty confident I can win. But if it's the race one to the crown, that one's just pure luck, I feel like.
Absolute dog shit.
Yeah, that one is just, you can get fucked by anything and you're not getting that.
No, it's bullshit. Absolute bullshit. Like, the game just makes me
to get there, right?
The game makes me so angry.
I got 3 in a row once, and that has just killed my motivation to even go back and play that again. Because I got 3 in a row, and it's like I'll probably never get that close to getting 5 in a row again.
There's a guy on my Twitter feed, and he's like, "Yeah, I've platinumed it." I'm like, "Fuck you." Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Anyway, that's what I've been playing, boys.
Okay. Do you want to go next, Connor? You go next.
Sure. Where do I start? I finally platinum Ghost of Tsushima.
I was gonna wind you up about this actually. It was like, you need to sort it out.
Yeah, no. I finally sat down. I only had like 2 hours left. It took like 2 weeks though. Fucking forever. Yeah, I was just burnt out running at the end. Good game though. Great game.
Doing everything
we can finally stop talking about this game now. I never gotta do it again. Also, I want some claps for platinuming it.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna clap for myself. Thank you guys. Thank you.
You can't hear it.
25th platinum. Yeah.
25. Wow.
25. Yeah.
You know how much more that is than mine?
24 more.
24 more. Yeah. 24 more.
I think I'm on 29.
Yeah, I think you're on 29, 28, something like that. I know you're ahead of me, which is weird. And I know you have other ones on Natalie's account. So I'm like, damn, I don't know how I'm gonna pass Sims.
He's got a lot.
We gotta find out how many you got exactly.
I think I've got about. I think Natalie, I did 2 or 3. I did Last of Us 2 for her. Like, we played the main story. Played it first time together. Then I took over and then finished it on my own. Resident Evil 7, Resident Evil 2.
So 3 with her. So what?
No,
you
Resident
at,
Evil
like
3.
31-ish,
32,
32.
You could just say 30.
Okay. I'll get there eventually.
Just
One
get a
of
load
these
of just get a load of Ratalika games and just do them.
No, don't do it.
No, I'm not doing that.
Don't do
No
it.
No,
cheat
no,
platinum.
no.
You will
Yeah,
not
don't
find a
waste your
single cheat platinum on my list.
Oh, I've got
Good.
You never
Respectable.
I've got 2.
Yeah.
I've got Slide and My Name is Mayo.
Cheap. Did you get both of My Name is Mayo, like the one on the Vita too? or
No,
whatever?
no. We did have a Vita. We sold the Vita. I don't know what I regret that decision.
That's how bad it was.
We just never used it. Like I bought her
It's not that bad.
I nearly ended up buying Persona 4 Golden for her.
That would have been cool. I always wanted to play the Uncharted Golden Abyss.
Yeah.
I think we
Abyss,
had
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I tried it. I just couldn't get on with it. It's just very uncomfortable to hold the Vita. Like sorry. Vita.
I don't really like
Yeah, Vita.
some of the handheld. It has to be a good handheld. Really, the DS has been my favorite feeling.
I love the PSP, just lack
Yeah.
of games. I just never bought the Vita.
And people modded theirs usually, like broken.
I modded my PSP.
Yeah,
I had
that's
loads
what
of
most
games.
people did with them.
Just download the ISO
I
file.
have also booted up Control again. I wanted to
I saw
play
that.
through the DLC. Yeah, I took a cool picture yesterday. Anyways,
Yeah.
I wanted to play through both the DLCs. The Alan Wake DLC comes out tomorrow now. Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah,
What was today? 26? Yeah.
It's normally
Okay,
on
so
a
tomorrow
Tuesday,
the
yeah.
Alan Wake DLC comes out. I realized I started the DLC, then I realized I'm way under level for the DLC because I was just getting
Oh,
beat.
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I beat Control. I didn't love Control.
I love
I think
that
me and you
game.
felt the same.
I love like the scenery and like the old house and just like the overall vibe of Control.
I think it's
I
the
just
main
think-
story is lacking.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's the main story. I think it's the writing. I think it's very what's the word? Muddled.
I mean,
I guess.
I like some of the writing though, because I really like what's his name? Darling? Is that his name?
Darlene's cool. I think
He's
Darlene's
the best
cool,
part.
and then Jesse's cool.
I
both of
like
them are
Jesse,
Cool. I think the other
but-
side characters, they're just like, I know I've said this before, but like Control reminds me of like a bad Twilight Zone episode. They're like it's just so confusing.
I don't think it's that bad.
There's so much lore and everything, and like if you really want to understand everything, you gotta like read everything. I think
I love
it's
Yeah,
one of those.
definitely. Yeah.
the idea of the weapons of power though,
Yeah, I love all that. I love
or the objects of
astral
power. I love
plane.
that.
That shit's all cool. I love how trippy the game is. It's just some of the writing. It's just too muddled. There's too much in there. There's too much
I mean,
lore.
it's one of the best art directions ever.
Sure.
It looks so good.
I had a
love the
really
red.
good time at that game. Did it in a
I had
week.
a
Great
good time
time
with
with
the
it. Don't get
combat.
me wrong. Like I like
Combat
the
feels
game a
good.
lot. It's just like I just didn't like the main story. Was all. You
Yeah.
know, I love the side stories and stuff.
I mean,
like, a lot of side
the
quests are great.
maze that was really good,
Yeah, the maze is
honestly, I
cool.
didn't really like the ashtray maze.
and
It's a cool idea. It wasn't like that got blown up a little bit too much. I think I'm with you, Daniel. Like people
It
were
was
talking about that
fun.
part like it's like this great part in one of these video games, and like it's cool.
It's fun. I guess it kind of forces you to use every mechanic that you've learned, which in that sense is really fun. But just I didn't really care for the platforming. I wish it was just more just combat. Like
Sure.
towards the end of it becomes a lot of platforming stuff, and I didn't like that.
Yeah, I love the flying too. I know you guys
Yeah.
are big fans of the flying, but I love the flying.
I had a good time
just-
all around with
I
it.
just didn't really feel
Yeah.
like platforming in general was good, to be honest.
Part of the reason I wanted to play the DLC was because I did like the side quests more and like just the side shorter stories more. So that way I can just get this in a DLC, you know, just get a good story that like makes sense is what I'm hoping for.
Did
I want you to tell me all about Hellblade. Lake. I'm very
Yeah, I can't wait for this one. Did you plat it?
Yeah, I'm a
Did
big
you
Alan
platinum
Wake
it?
fan too. No, I'm gonna now though.
Definitely, yeah, definitely. I did it in a
Yeah,
weekend. Like I
I'm
did the
pretty
whole
close to
game
it.
and the platinum in a weekend, and I've got no time.
Yeah.
So
I have to
Nice.
level my Jesse up anyways before I go back and do the other DLC. So I'm just gonna platinum it first and then go into the DLC.
What's
That
your
way I
loadout?
figured should be his butt. I used the normal one, the just
pistol?
grip, I think it's
Yeah.
called. Yeah, I used that, and then the shatter, the one
Shatter's
that's
the
more like a
the
shotgun.
shotgun, yeah.
Shatter
Yeah.
was cool. The machine gun I didn't like as much. I really like.
Nah, I don't like the other two at all.
Yeah, there's the
So I
sniper.
did get a new power from the DLC. There's you can like pull out these platforms now. I think it's just in the DLC
yeah.
area, so it kind of like seems useless for the other areas. But you get this power to like pull out these different. They're like crystal things from like a wall, or like you can like bring them up the ground to like spike
Are you
into your
trying to
enemies
get
and stuff.
higher and higher? Is that the point?
Yeah. So like there'll be different platforming sections now in this whole, because the DLC area, it's at the bottom of the old house now. There's like this whole like Grand Canyon area. It's very, very weird. But yeah, it's like this whole, you're outside now in this big open area, it seems. And yeah, it's cool. So there's a lot more platforming going on. The main reason I want to play it is because last week we were talking about all those train sections in video games. And I know there's a good train section in this somewhere. Yeah, that's what I heard. There's a really cool train part. Give me a choo-choo, Sims.
Choo-choo!
There you go.
There's a new train in there's a train in Call of Duty now. If you want to fancy. Do you want to jump on? Literally.
In Warzone?
Yeah, man.
Oh,
well, like some sort of
ride a train,
GTA type of thing.
I don't know. Apparently, it just goes around the map. Apparently.
Yeah, like GTA or
200 gig update.
Ride a train.
Let's go.
200 gig just for that train. That's a detailed train.
I think how cool that train is, though.
Choo.
Is that all you've been playing?
I've also been playing more.
UFC.
Never remember the name. Manifold Garden.
Oh
Also
yeah.
UFC, but we'll talk about that later. Yeah, Manifold Garden. I feel like I did a bad job of explaining this game last week, but
yeah, I mean, I kind of understood.
It's hard to explain. The game's all about like perception, right?
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Yeah, I think it's one of those you just have to watch the trailer.
Yeah, you kind of have to see it.
But I didn't understand the trailer either.
Yeah, it's hard. It's a puzzle game where you can go on any surface. So you can go on any ceiling, any wall, whatever. You're supposed to walk on there. And basically the idea is you take a cube and you're supposed to place it on the spot on the floor. And that spot on the floor could be anywhere. So you're basically doing that just with different things going on in just different areas over and over again. It's really fun. If you like games like, Portal,
I have a question.
Stuff like that, you'll
okay,
like
so you brought up those two games. I have a question that actually is both those two games. The Witness is way more open, and the Portal is more level based, pretty much.
Yeah, it's not like 100%
How is this?
like those.
Is this level based like Portal?
Kinda. It's one continuous thing, but like you just keep going towards. So like you'll get to a building, and then there'll be 3 of the puzzle things. So there'll be like one on the left, one on the right, one in the middle. And then you do those 3 ones, then you come back to the middle spot, and like a portal will open up to the next section.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So like it's open for like those 3 areas mostly.
Is it always do 3 and then leave?
Pretty much. That's what it's been thus far. So I've done like 2 of those. I'm probably like 4 hours into the game ish, around there. I know it's not very long. I think it's like 6 hours.
You're probably getting there.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun. If you like puzzle games, check it out. Watch a trailer. It's trippy for sure. There's a lot of cool stuff going on.
You know what doesn't get me is the art style.
Really, I like the art style.
It's a little too minimalist for me.
You ever play Return to Obra Dinn?
No. I've seen it though.
Did you?
Yeah, it kind of looks like that. That game's really cool too.
You know what game it also reminded me of was Antichamber. Did you ever play Antichamber?
No.
Should check out.
Heard of that.
Go look up Antichamber. It kind of has a similar look to it. A little bit more. It's a little more colorful, but similar look. Look up Antichamber. You might like that game.
I'll go look into that. Yeah, it gets hard though too. Manifold Garden. I think I really like puzzle games just because when you finally crack it, you just get that aha moment, and you're like,
yes,
yeah, I'm so smart.
I did it.
I'm a fucking genius, man. And yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing. I don't know.
Then you just
knock
it out.
What about some UFC? I want to know about UFC because I need someone to. I need you to tell me to buy this game.
More UFC. I mean, do you want to buy it?
I want to buy UFC 3.
Go on EA Access, get a month of that for like 15, then you can play it for 10 hours.
Is UFC 3 on EA Access?
I believe so.
Should I just buy EA Access and then play UFC 3? You say there's not much difference. I went all the way around.
If you buy EA Access, you might as well just play 4.
Yeah, but you only get 10 hours, and I want to get into the season mode. I want to knock someone out. All right, I just feel like I need to punch someone in the face. UFC 3 though, like, is the career mode quite similar to the UFC 4? That's what I want to know. I want to know about that career mode. Obviously, you've got your fight. You have the big fight, the fight camp, the build up, the media build up, and then the fight again. Is that how it?
There's way less media build up in 4 than there is 3.
So there's loads in 3.
Yeah.
So would you recommend me playing 3? I mean, I'm not really there for the characters. I don't really know
Is that what
many.
you want? Like you want the media builder?
I want that big fight feel, that career mode. Like obviously, I was seeing in UFC 4 you got a hype meter and a fitness meter. Is that all there as well?
I don't know if the hype meter's there in 3. I can't remember. But you do like press conferences in 3 where you can like pick your dialogue option and shit. Yeah.
Because it's like £20 still. I'm not really feeling £20. Like, not feeling it.
I don't know, because like it's hard for me to recommend this game to anyone because I just like UFC so much. So I don't really know.
I'm not there for the characters. I'm not really there for the roster. Obviously, I know my McGregors.
The real people, Sims.
I know my.
I know. I just said that.
I just want to make my character. You know, big bold, big beard.
You want to make your guy and you want to go knock fools out.
I just want to knock someone out. Do you know what I mean? I want to learn how to be. I want to learn how. I want to be like
in 10 hours with EA access. For sure.
I want to learn how the ground works. I want to, want to knock some. I want to put.
No, you don't. You really don't.
But I do. I want to be the master, and then obviously I want to. Me and you will do a video gameplay of just me and you just fucking jamming, just me smashing you in the face.
Can I do the color commentary?
People want to see that. Sure. I feel like we should do a video. Me beating the shit out of you on the floor.
You're very confident in that.
I am. I hadn't even played it. I would.
Well, you have to get him to the ground. He's probably just going to knock you out before.
Yeah,
it's a good point. Yeah, you would literally have to get him to the ground. I don't think so, because the striking gameplay is just like UFC 3, which I'm great at. So I don't know how far you'd get. You'd have to take me down. But
we
good
should
luck.
do
I've
it.
gotten really good.
That is definitely a video. So if I get UFC 3, have you still got UFC 3? Would you play UFC 3 or does it have to be UFC 4?
I'd prefer not to do UFC 3. Then I gotta go back, and it's like just different. It's different enough to where I wouldn't remember it, or I'd be thinking it's UFC 4. Just do the 10 hours in UFC 4. I feel like you'll get all your fulfillment of the UFC game out of that.
Why don't you guys buy me UFC 4?
Right, we'll do that.
What?
I don't have enough money to buy myself a game.
Daniel, you want me to pull up the company credit card and get UFC 4?
What do you want me to do with it? I need to write everything down.
So get the company credit card.
Okay.
Give it to Sims. He's gonna buy UFC 4.
Okay.
Content.
We got your assistant write it down.
Okay. My card. I don't know where the card is right now. I think somebody stole it.
Credit card is?
No, I think somebody stole it. Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
I should have said this at the top of the show.
Oh God.
Moving on.
Yeah, that's all I've been playing.
That's all you've been playing? Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I've been playing, I finally finished Yakuza Kiwami 2. Finally. It took a while. Yay, thank you.
Did you
this
platinum
game?
it, though?
No.
Take
what
away
kind of question
the
is that?
Take it away. Take away the applause. Oh, never mind.
What is it?
So I told you this game really started out slow, but it really ramps up into the finale. The finale is really good. They leave it on a big cliffhanger, so I'm very curious where 3, 4, and 5 go.
Can you not buy them?
I had to say it again.
Can you not? What platform are 3, 4, and 5 on?
Right now they're only on PlayStation
2.
They were originally released on PS3. All 3 of those.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you not got PS3?
No, I mean I can play them on PS4. I want to see if they're going to come to Game Pass. I think they will. So I'm gonna wait. Yeah, I really like the game. I don't think I don't like it as much as 0. I think I might like 2 better than 1. It definitely plays better than the rest of them. I think I mentioned that before. Overall, I had a good experience. Kiryu, I just want to say Kiryu, he's the type of main character that you never lose a fight. Whether that annoys you or not, like he makes himself seem like he's the underdog at all times, but he never is. You just beat everyone all the time. This dude just like murdered a person and then he's like, I'm gonna kill you, Kiryu, and then he just beats him up. Oh, there's 100 guys trying to fight Kiryu. Guess what?
They're fucked.
Just gonna beat him up. Like Kiryu is he's just Superman basically, without flying or kind of. He's just strong.
Does the combat?
Wait till 3.
Does the combat feel like Tekken? Does it feel like Tekken? I don't know. Like
there's like a soft lock-on system. When you get in a couple of them, but
maybe about
it's more like Ghost of Tsushima. Imagine Ghost of Tsushima. That's how Zero feels, because it has stances as well.
Like
He plays Majima and Kiryu. They both have stances.
maybe
You
like
also have
Sleeping
Go ahead.
Dogs. Sleeping Dogs.
I didn't play a ton of it.
It's like that. Yeah, you're on the right. It's a beat 'em up like that.
It's a beat 'em up, but in third person. When you get to Kiwami 2, it doesn't have stances. It's just kind of, you have abilities now, and you have access to everything, and you're just picking abilities when you unlock them. I like that better than having to switch to stances and upgrade individual stances, because ultimately you'll pick a stance you like and just use that. Like with Majima and Zero, I just used the slugger stance and just beat people with the bat, and it was just overpowered.
Do you carry the bat all the time?
What?
Do you carry this bat all the time, or is it just on the floor?
Well, he doesn't carry it out. It's funny, like, he'll just be running around and a bat will materialize. He'll just pull it out of his back, and he'll just have a bat. That's just his stance.
It's best not to question it,
man.
Yeah, they rip their shirts off easily, and they have bats. That's it.
I'm not going to Japan.
So yeah, I beat that game. I did, like I mentioned before, I played like an hour of Spiritfarer. It's not really for me. I'm not really into the, Stardew Valley type of thing, building up your place.
Is it
I think
not
the game
a good
is
platformer though?
I didn't get to where I'm actually platforming a ton. I was still kind of a little bit in the intro. The game is beautiful though.
Yeah,
I love that art style. It's like hand drawn.
It's like a coloring book, yeah.
Yeah, it is so beautiful.
Natalie. I mean, we didn't. It's very rare that Natalie will put the Xbox. She'll never play Xbox, like just because it's just not. There's nothing there for her. But obviously, this came on it, so she's playing it on the Xbox. She just having. It's just. She's the best person to explain it, but like it's taken its toll on her. Do you know what I mean? Like, and if a game can make you, like if it can make you feel like that, then it's doing something right. I mean, the reviews speak for themselves, don't they? So
yeah, it's reviewed very well. So yeah, I played a little bit of that, and then also, I think it came out right before Spiritfarer was Battletoads, so I started Battletoads. I'm not gonna beat Battletoads. I liked the game. I think the art style was really charming. The game was funny. Voice acting was okay. Some of the people are okay. Then there's some that are much worse in terms of the voice acting. But it's supposed to be really cheesy and stuff. The game changes up gameplay like every other thing you do. Like,
what does it go between?
So I played maybe 4 hours. You'll have your normal beat 'em up, which is the normal Battletoads beat 'em up. Then you'll go into this kind of like, maybe you've seen it in some trailers, this first person or third person ish going forward on your jet ski. Your hover.
I haven't seen any of this now.
Okay. And then you're trying to like go through holes and avoid obstacles and stuff. Then there's parts where you're like doing the same thing this way, but then you're doing it 2D and you're just kind of hopping and you have to hit different buttons because you're trying to get on certain like platforms and stuff. Then there is mini games you do where in the very beginning, I think it's the second thing you do, is like each of them have a different like job that they were doing. The big guy was like a masseuse, so you're doing a mini game where you're like massaging. You have to like hit the triggers to like massage somebody. One of the guys was like typing on a computer, so you had to like type. And I don't remember what the other guy was, but they're doing like these little jobs.
These fucking Battletoads.
Yeah, they're just worse.
Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, they're just worse Ninja Turtles. But
does it play anything like that old school Ninja Turtle game? I forget what it's called.
Turtles in Time. There's like 4 of them.
Okay, I don't know. The one I'm thinking of where you're on the bridge. I think it's the San Francisco Bridge. Just like a 2D beat 'em up.
Is it the one that came out in the 360?
Yeah, it was on the 360 at one point.
Some of arcade one.
I played one in arcade.
Yeah. They ported it there.
Okay, yeah, I don't. It does play like a beat 'em up. Yeah, for sure. You have like tongue abilities because you'll kill enemies and there'll be flies and you have to like tongue the flies to get health. Exactly, just like that. But imagine longer.
Is this better than? So which one did you prefer? Because you played Streets of Rage, didn't you?
I was gonna mention that. Playing this, I know Streets of Rage didn't get as much mainstream like talk as this game is getting right now, playing Streets of Rage 4 was a detriment to Battletoads because Streets of Rage 4 is so good and so fun and plays so much better than Battletoads. That just straight up. It's more serious of a game, so if you don't want like a serious story, you want a wacky game, go play Battletoads. But Streets of Rage 4 is just better. And it made me not want to continue this game, really. Like, it didn't do anything that much different. There was cool animations, like you have your Y ability. And they all three of the characters have a different Y, and it just looks cool. They morph into things. One of their foots gets really big and hits them. Like, whoa. Animations are pretty cool, but Streets of Rage 4 is just so much better of a game.
Toads sound fucking weird.
They are
goofy. Why are they walking around? They got big feet all of a sudden?
Yeah, they're goofy. Who made it's a game? Weird game. I honestly don't remember.
No one recognizable, though?
Not that I remember. I mean, originally it was Rare, but right. I don't know who did this one. No. Okay. I think that might be all I played. Oh, I didn't. That's not all I played. I'm sorry. I also played, started another co-op game with my best friend. We started playing Darksiders Genesis. It's on Game Pass as well.
Yeah.
Where you play as Strife and
the top-down one, yeah.
Yeah, the top-down one, yeah. It's kind of Diablo-like. You're not really getting loot, though. You're kind of just leveling yourself up. He's playing as Strife, and I'm playing as War. I will tell you this, like, we are having a good time. This game is glitch-ridden.
Really? I wonder if that's just the console version, because it was supposed to be very good, right?
Yeah, like, I like the game. Like, we've played, I think, 4 sessions or so, and I think 3 of the 4 sessions have ended because we're like, it's getting late, but a glitch just happened. Like, one time we were fighting this boss, and when you get them down to a certain amount of life, you can hit B and do like an execution. And I hit B to do an execution, and I was like spinning around him, and then I fell through the floor with the guy, and then the game just crashed.
Jesus.
Yeah.
It's shit.
And it's happened. Crashes have happened like multiple times.
Wow, I thought I was having a problem with Dead Rising from 2006.
Yeah, this game came out this year. You know,
big shout out to
liking it though, other than the glitches.
Say it again.
You liking it though, other than the glitches?
Yeah, I don't know a ton about the backstory and stuff. I'm so far right now.
Like the original too.
No, he has.
Okay.
He has for sure. So he knows more about the story than I do.
I've played Darksiders 1. I remember just picking it up and I was like, I'll try this, and I fucking loved it. But it was just like Zelda. I was getting them Zelda vibes, and obviously at that time I'd never finished the Zelda, and obviously I didn't own a Nintendo, so I was like, this is great, and I finished it. I played it on like the hardest difficulty as well. I had a really good time with it, and then Darksiders 2 just disappointed me. I tried to play it not long ago.
I think people like 2 more than 1, usually.
I tried to play Darksiders 2 not long ago because it was a PlayStation Plus game. And I couldn't get on with it. Darksiders 1 was so much better. I just think I like the character, like the.
You like War better?
Yeah, I just like this big sword. Do you want
to give a shout to War? He's voiced it's Liam O'Brien from Critical Role does the voice. Oh, really? He's such a good job.
Yeah, he's such a Darksiders is good. Like, I just wish.
Yeah. From the name, I want to say this game's a prequel to the first game, it being called Genesis. So I assume they're going to show why Strife hasn't been in the rest of the series. But I don't know. They haven't really said anything yet in terms of the story. I like it. I think that's all I've been playing. Played a few Warzone games.
Oh, really?
Just trying out Warzone.
Without me?
Like, I pretty much have given up on like every other battle royale. Like, they just don't play like Warzone. The only problem I have with Warzone is there's a little bit too many people sometimes, it feels like. Like, it feels like I've played so much of a match, and I'm like, there's still like 80 people left. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? You know? And
I thought you were more of an Apex guy.
I am. After playing so much Warzone, I just think Warzone's better.
Okay.
To be honest. I think, you know what the problem is, and I think I've talked about this before, is the shield. And it's an issue, I think, with almost every battle royale that I have. Yeah, exactly. Warzone, all you do is you just put little pads on yourself, and that's it. There's no, like, shield rarity.
Mm.
And what such a detriment to Apex. I love how Apex plays, and it plays so smooth. Not as good as Titanfall 2. I'm with you, Connor, but the rarity of shields is such a detriment. Having white to blue to purple to the gold. If you have a purple and they have a blue, you're probably just dead, just straight up. Like if you have equal skill, you're probably just dead, and there's just nothing you can do about it. It's not skill based. It's what do I find based, and I hate that about it. And that's kind of with every battle royale, really. Like Fortnite, it's just get your shield bar all the way up, and if your bar's all the way up and mine's half, you're probably killing me, right? But
let's not go down the Fortnite route.
No, I don't want to.
Big shout out to
Fortnite. I think that Warzone fixed that. They don't have. It's just armor plates, and you have 3 slots, and that's it. And you regen your health too. You don't regen your health in Apex. I think that could help it too. Because I can, if somebody has 3 armor and I don't have any in Warzone, I could still kill them. I just get headshots. You just be good, right? Snipe somebody. Like I was running around, this dude was trying to snipe me off a building. I just had no shields. I just finished a fight. I turned around. I saw like the little glint of his scope, and I just popped him. Headshot. Dead.
Headshot.
Go to the Fortnite has slurp juice.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Anyway.
Slurp juice?
Is that everything you've been playing today, Daniel?
Yeah, I think that's everything. So let's move on to the news. We have some spicy stories because it finally happened. I'm going to talk about this first because it's more important. The Suicide Squad kills the Justice League. We actually got a trailer.
What a dope trailer as well. So good.
I really liked it a lot. Did you like it, Connor?
Yeah, I like the vibe of the trailer for sure. Yeah, continue. We need to know what the game is. It's my main thing.
Yeah, so it is a Suicide Squad kills the Justice League. It is in the Arkham universe. That was confirmed.
That's my favorite. I like that a lot.
Yes. So it's in the Arkham universe. We know that we're at least playing in Metropolis. Don't know if you go anywhere else. We're playing in Metropolis.
It sounds like they're building a full, fleshed out open world Metropolis, so I imagine we're just staying there.
Probably. I agree. And we are playing as Harley Quinn, Deadshot, Captain Boomerang, and
King Shark.
I don't know why I forgot King Shark.
King Shark. I found out today that King Shark, voiced by a WWE wrestler, Samoa Joe.
Oh, is it Samoa Joe?
Cool. I was all good. I was well shocked.
Cool. Yeah, the trailer. I wanted to see funny gameplay, but it sets a tone that I think if they stick with that, it's going to be great.
Yeah, it's got like a very fun Sunset Overdrive like weird Suicide Squad vibe, right?
Yeah,
definitely, 100%.
And
definitely different from Arkham.
Definitely, but I guess going off of that, when they do that turn with Superman, it's going to have dark elements because of the subject matter, right?
Sure.
So, like, they're going to do the serious story, I think, as well. It's just also going to be fun because of the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, it seems like Brainiac is just, like, controlling the minds of the Justice League.
Yeah, I didn't mention that.
Or at least Superman thus far.
Yeah, so Brainiac's ship was in the middle of Metropolis with all his little goons running around. We've only seen Superman, so I wonder if we're going to see how many of members of the Justice League. I hope all of them, you know?
I imagine you got to get at least Flash, at least Wonder Woman.
I mean, Green Lantern.
Yeah, I guess. With it being a continuation of the Arkham thing, I don't know. That's interesting.
He's got to show up, right?
Batman is, right?
I wonder if Batman helps them.
Yeah. I forget what it was on. I think Greg Miller was theorizing that maybe as you beat the Justice League members, you unlock them and then you can play as them type thing.
I would like to play as them. That'd be interesting.
That'd be cool, but then it does just turn into a full Justice League game, right?
Yeah, you're really kind of losing the 4 characters you just made, right?
Yeah. What worries me is with the rumors of it being a Destiny-like game and it has the 4 main players like that, you know, just like Destiny has the 4 different types. I wonder, is it only 3? Okay.
Yeah.
So I wonder how much it is a
I mean,
Destiny like.
from what I saw was that it's not. That it's just a single player, or you could play with 4 friends.
Sure, that's what I hope.
That's what I hope too. And the question too: are we going to get other Justice League Suicide Squad members that are just going to like die, like be there with you and then die? Because there's a bunch of other big ones that.
Yeah, maybe they're just
aren't
AI
there.
type thing.
Yeah, or just a part of the story, because you have Amanda Waller talking to Harley with the little headset. So maybe you'll see in other groups doing another mission or something, and then they fail. Like they're going to go try to kill Wonder Woman, and all of that group just died, so that you got to go do it next.
Sure, something like that. Does it weird you guys out? It's King Shark and not Killer Croc.
For me, no.
I like King Shark. I used to watch.
Yeah.
I fell off it a bit, but Flash. I used to watch Flash an hour religiously.
Yeah, I watched a good amount of Flash.
Yeah, I think I fell off like 2, maybe 3 seasons ago now. It kind of just got a bit like samey. I was like, well, you know, big story or at least 10 episodes of the series were just filler, just bad guy beat the bad guy.
Monster of the week.
Yeah, which is great. It was good, but in the end, you kind of just like, I get this. I understand. I mean, I
don't need 20 seasons of that.
No, of course not. I mean, Arrow finished. I'd like to see the end of Arrow.
The one member that we haven't seen, and it's he's not even in the new movie too, is Black Manta, because Black Manta is also pretty big into Suicide Squad in some stories. He is an
Aquaman villain.
He is an Aquaman, so maybe they're only tying him to Aquaman and not having him as a Suicide Squad member. That could be the case.
Was he not in the Aquaman movie?
He was. He was in it for a very small amount. He was not.
Okay.
It seems like they're setting him up for the second movie more than he was in the first movie.
Yeah, okay, that's probably what they're saving it for then.
But yeah, so like I wonder like how many more members there are going to be. Could just be the 4. I don't know.
It seems like it's just going to be the fun Sunset Overdrive world where you jump in on stuff. Harley Quinn's quit making jokes. Boomerang's like making jokes. I like Captain Boomerang. He's like probably one of my favorites.
He was really funny.
Yeah, and I mean the trailer was funny as well. Like when he was just like, "So who are we fighting?" And he looks up, he's like, "Oh fuck!" Like it looked great. Honestly, it looked fantastic. Like it definitely, the hype is there. I mean, 2022. I mean, maybe they are looking at it being a Destiny type game. I mean, if I was them, you just keep an eye on Avengers, wouldn't you? And block. Give it.
I was about to say, well, what if they shift it? Depending on how.
Yeah, of course, definitely. They could as well. They've got time, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I kind of just want the fun, 4-player Borderlands style.
It could be more like
if that makes sense,
yeah.
like
because
wacky,
Borderlands
crazy.
you could completely play by yourself.
And you could have, you start off with 5 members of the Justice League. You go and fight the Flash, then you go and fight. Do not know much about the Justice League. Cyborg, Wonder Woman, Lantern, whatever. Yeah, and then obviously Superman's the main guy. Batman's there, or and maybe you do get to play as them. I mean, it'd be nice to play as them, wouldn't it? It'd be nice to play as Superman in the game and fuck shit up. Maybe just at the end. Do you know what I mean? Like you will team
Why
up.
do you
at
guys
the
think
end.
they didn't go that route, like making a full Justice League game?
I mean, what
it
is
seems like that's the obvious thing to do.
The ultimate goal would be to beat Brainiac eventually, right?
And at the end, all of them just team up reluctantly. And just
it could be more of a team up because it's not like Harley and the squad is going to go and beat Brainiac. I doubt that. You need Superman and Batman to go beat Brainiac.
It's gonna be interesting.
She got a bat.
She does have a bat. I mean, in the trailer, it gets like cut in half or something.
Yeah, I think the explosion.
I'm also interested to see the gunplay that they were talking about. They said they're trying to combine the Arkham fighting with a lot of mixture of shooting and gunplay and stuff. So I'm interested to see how they can weave that in there and make it fun still.
Well, you have Deadshot, right? So he has to be shooting things.
Right. And it has to control well too, yeah. That's the thing with all these like different characters coming out in these games. It's like, all right, you got to make sure they're all like unique and control well and still like up to par with what a single player just focused on one character story would be,
Right.
I mean, hopefully,
any last thoughts?
Hopefully this time next year, E3's out of the way or whatever that might be, we'll have seen a big chunk of gameplay and we'll know what it is. We know that we're not going to hear anything from this. We just know it exists, and that's okay for me. I'm 100% all right with that. The trailer sold me more than the one we're about to speak about now. I'm definitely all in.
Sure.
100%.
Yeah. Speaking of that, we finally know what WB Montreal's been working on with their bad marketing plan. I want to say that is Gotham Knights. That whole teasing it for over a year. Yeah.
Oh, I got a T-shirt of the Quarter Owls. Let me post it on Instagram a year before we announced
all those
the game.
little teasers.
Like
it was bad. It was so bad. But they're working on Gotham Knights. It's coming out next year. You get to play as Barbara Gordon, Batgirl. Get to play as Dick Grayson, Nightwing, Jason Todd, Red Hood, and Tim Drake as Robin. And they all play uniquely.
Red Robin.
That's what I thought, but he's just Robin, I guess.
It's just Robin. Red Robin.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna do the thing. You stopped.
Yeah, sorry.
It looks.
I've never had Red Robin before. I've never been there.
Why does it only look all right? I think this looks great.
It looks like a good time.
So I guess I'll explain a little more. So Batman is dead, and his last thing to do was he had a signal to the Bat family to protect Gotham. And so you play out as those 4 characters, and I guess you're beating all the villains again. So why don't you like it, Sims? I would like to know.
I don't know. The hype was all Batman versus Court of Owls. I mean, they didn't really tease enough to go, oh, might not be Batman. Maybe they could have put in some like picture or something daft. That the big fans can like decrypt it and go, oh, Batman's dead, and then we could go, oh, so maybe we're not playing as Batman. And obviously it comes out and we're not Batman. I mean, I wasn't that bothered anyway. I liked Arkham Asylum, and then I kind of just fell off. I just think we should have been Batman. I don't know. Like, fair enough.
I still think we're going to be.
Give me a couple of weeks. Looking at the gameplay looked decent. I'm looking forward to it being you didn't like the co-op aspect. Why does every game need to be co-op? You said, but for me, that's like, oh, me and the missus can play that. We'll have a right good time.
Sure.
I'll happily be Red Robin or Robin, because Robin looked decent as well. Red Hood and Robin.
Tim Drake has that staff that he's always like beating people.
See what? So we're Red Hood, Robin, Nightwing, Batgirl.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah, I'm all right with it. I'm not a Batman man.
I don't like that every enemy has a level.
Yeah, I mean that could.
I don't need that. What's the point? Like, no other game has done that. Like,
with that, I think it's just they're hinting at this game is going to be a bigger game, more.
Is that needed for co-op?
No.
Like a level bar and health bar. Is that needed?
Does that really bother you though? I don't know. Depends. Like,
you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of New Colossus. This whole thing. Wolfenstein. New Colossus. Or what was it? Young Colossus.
No, the Youngbloods.
Youngblood. I forgot the name of that game. I hate that game.
I'm like, that's the sequel. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Not New Colossus. New Colossus is great. Youngblood.
But why did they do the level thing in Youngblood?
Where it's single player, also 2-player co-op, but it's an RPG of leveling and grinding. And I don't want that for this game. I hope this game isn't that. With all
that could be cool, but like, I mean, the Youngblood comparison, I mean, that game sucked.
I know.
But that was just like repeating the same level over and over again. Like that game sucked. Like, yeah, I hope it's nothing like that. I don't know. I'm excited about it. This looked like
me too. I'm excited.
The single player Batman experience that I wanted. I know Batman's not there, but I don't really care about that. Like,
I said it when he was talking too. I think he's going to be. I think how we had
he's certainly going to be
the Catwoman,
at least a major part of the story, right?
I don't think he's dead, and I think that how we would go to play Catwoman for a little bit. I think we're going to go play him undercover in Court of Owls, trying to bring him down from the inside out.
Yeah, I can see that. And it looks cinematic as fuck, the gameplay, when she was riding the motorcycle, and then the Mr. Freeze fight looked cool. I like the idea of switching between the characters as you're playing in single player and stuff like that.
See, that's what I'm going to want to do, pick two I like and then switch between them.
Yeah, I like that a lot. And then they just kind of need to nail the co-op aspect, right? Like, it's still being its own single player game. Like, I feel like not a lot of games do it well, but like Gears of War does it very well. I feel like they still make a great single player experience. Yeah, Borderlands does it well. Halo does it extremely well. Where like it's still just a single player game, but your friend's just there, right? I don't need all these like extra elements or things taken away because your friends are there, stuff like that. Like just make the single player story that you
they
want.
They kind of have to scale
but
it.
your friend can just plop in and plop out if he wants, right?
Yeah.
That's what you need to do. Don't make it like this whole thing that the game hinges on.
Like what Borderlands 3 did last year with enemy scaling and stuff, like that is game changer.
Yeah, they nailed it.
Every game has to do that. What were you saying, Sid?
No, I'm saying they nailed it. They completely nailed it. Like,
yeah,
if you jump in, everything is okay. There's no I'll jump out, now I'll make a lobby, then you jump in the game. Obviously, all that just takes you out of the experience and takes longer to get back into the experience. I think it will be just drop in, drop out. Same like the Suicide Squad. If Borderlands does like such a good job with co-op, that hopefully all these other games have learned from.
Yeah, like every enemy scales to your level, not
100%.
like whoever's the highest.
Your Batgirl jumps into that game. Your Robin. Do you know what I mean? Like they all maybe level them up separate. Like I don't know.
It might be like a base level system. That way, like if you're only playing Batgirl for half the game, then you want to play as Red Hood. He doesn't have any points, right? Like he needs to have points somewhere. So like maybe it's just like a base level that you just put points in.
Yeah, at first I was kind of disappointed with the whole co-op thing, but I've kind of been missing out on like just experiencing a co-op story with my friends this whole generation. Like, I'll go back to Gears and Halo on 360. I had such a great time playing through those with my friends and like experiencing that story, and like when we're all sitting there online and like taking it seriously and like paying attention during the cutscenes and shit like that. Like I love that shit, and I just haven't had any of that this gen. So it's cool that the WB seems to be going this route with both those games.
Yeah. Any last thoughts?
Make it like Borderlands.
Oh, my last biggest gripe with it. Why the fuck is this not in the Arkhamverse?
Because we've talked about this off the show. It's because it is a WB Montreal game.
It's the multiverse.
Origins was still in there.
There you go. See, Sims is right.
Shit.
No. Hold on. I'm going to defend Sims because that is what DC's known for. Multiverse. Boom. That's it. That's all they're known for.
You ever watch them Flash episodes where he goes into the Flashpoint? Multiverse,
I'm with you, Sims. 100%. 100%.
It makes sense though. It's such a good cop out. Like it's such a good reason to have different stories. Like even with Spider-Man in their the Spider-Verse or whatever, and then all these verses or parallel universes and stuff. Like it's such a great way to do. You can do anything you want for all these characters.
It is a fair gripe.
Fine and all, but like
it's a fair gripe.
They set up a story where Batman just died and a new team has to take over. What just happened in the last Arkham game? Batman just fucking died. Like,
well, I think
you have a setup right there.
I think the deviation is like where those individual characters' stories were. Like spoilers for Arkham Knight. Like Red Hood is not going to help out, right? He is the Arkham Knight. He's not going to help out in this way. It's a different Red Hood, right? This is a different Jason Todd.
Arkham Knight though, like in this game,
I guess, but this is a different Jason Todd. He's not.
It just seems so weird to me that Batman died at the end of Arkham Knight, and then this one picks up with a dead Batman.
I never got that he died. That's not how I took the end.
Yeah, I mean, fake death, whatever. Yeah, regardless, that's how Bruce Wayne is dead. Like
I took it like Dark Knight Rises.
I don't know. It just seems weird to me. I just really want like a shared superhero video game universe.
I know.
I like the idea of that.
Well, we might get it eventually.
Someday.
Maybe with this Avengers game, right, Sims?
Game of the year, mate. Can't wait. Not long left, boys. Hold on to your seats.
The Avengers game.
All right, let's move on. So we got more of a sadder story. This happened last week. DJ Laszlo is leaving Rockstar after 20 years, I think. Maybe a little over 20 years. It's pretty sad. He's been a part of Rockstar and GTA for it's pretty much its entire popularity. Doing the music and being the DJ. I forget the name of his show.
He's a writer.
And he's a writer. Yeah, he's
one of the main writers at Rockstar.
Yeah. Well, you have the two main writers, but he's under them.
Yeah.
But he's been there for so long,
It doesn't sound like it was a bad breakup. It just sounds like, you know what?
No.
I want to go do something else. We all get like that. Like,
yeah, of course.
He's like,
it's just sad.
It's too long. Yeah, of course it is, definitely. But it can only be good things for him. And like, Rockstar was like they put out, you know, a notice on Indeed or whatever website or gaming, you know, employment website or whatever, and
That's what they use.
well, I don't over here they do. I don't know about you guys. And then they hire one of the best writers in the world. Like hire a film writer. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not a loss for Rockstar. It's more of a end of an era story. And you know, obviously,
I have a question for both of you pertaining to that. Do you think that this just means GTA 5 or GTA 6 is done already? In terms of writing?
Maybe
writing.
In terms of writing?
Yeah, definitely. I think they've got the story.
Do you think it's just done?
Yeah, maybe the writing. I don't know. Again, this we can go back to the Dan Houser story, him leaving from earlier this year. Rockstar's starting to worry me. It really is. Like all these writers leaving, stuff like that. I don't know. I mean, I think there's a huge possibility GTA 6 is just a GTA Online 2. You know.
Hope not. I don't think.
I hope not.
They take pride in their big stories.
They do, but I don't know. Red Dead 2 could have been like a swan song type thing, you know? Like, all right, this is our last big single player story thing that we're going to do because GTA Online makes so much fucking money.
Maybe they implement the universe around the story, but then that would be annoying because you'd be like, oh, I'm going to do this mission. And all of a sudden, 69, 82, did your mum has killed you. Do you know what I mean?
He just runs you over. Yeah, I don't want that.
None of us do, and then, like, I'm sure none of us want to hear this, but, like, I mean, there's a huge possibility, I think, that we're not getting another Rockstar single-player story.
Shut your filthy mouth,
Connor. I honestly don't see it.
I'm just saying, GTA Online has made more money for them than any single-player game. Probably all their single-player
all of their games combined, yeah, probably.
Of course. I'm not disagreeing with that part. I just don't think that has anything to do with them making future story games.
I don't know. 2 huge writers leaving. One of them is Dan Houser. It's like, all right, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, that was
maybe they don't like the direction GTA 6 is going.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not as worried about it, I guess. But
no, I'm not.
There's always more people to write, and it sucks. But
it's never the greatest story, though, is it? Like Grand Theft Auto, they're never great stories. It's just a good experience.
I like GTA 5.
Yeah, I like it.
GTA
But it's not.
4 is fucking classic, dude.
Red Dead, yeah, that's a brilliant story. But Grand Theft Auto stories aren't great.
Would you say?
GTA 4 is a fucking classic.
GTA 4? Yeah, dude. GTA 4 was
GTA
really
4
good.
had a great story.
Yeah.
I think Vice City also had a pretty good story.
I think GTA.
I don't know. I like that. I was more down on 5 a little bit. I know what you mean with that. Like the story in 5 didn't really. I mean, I liked the story in 5, yeah, but it wasn't great. You know.
It probably wasn't as good as 4, but I still think it's really good.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see with Rockstar.
Nico, wanna go bowling?
Yeah. Okay, let's move on. This one is just weird story, weird decision. So I forget the year.
2023.
2023.
I think it's 23. Yeah.
So Oculus has announced that I guess in 2023 you will have to have a Facebook login to even be able to use some features on your Oculus devices.
I think what they're doing
it doesn't take effect till 2023.
No, I think
it's not right away. No.
I think it takes effect soon, but if you have an Oculus account, you can keep using that until 2023.
Okay.
So if I bought an Oculus tomorrow, and let's say this is in effect now, I'd have to have a Facebook account because I won't be able to make the Oculus account.
Okay.
I don't. Apparently, there's a load of beef. Nobody likes Facebook. I don't know why. It's just Facebook.
Well, you're not in America.
Facebook's fine, I guess. I don't know.
Why? What's with the American beef with the Facebook?
It is a. I don't really want to get into it, to be honest.
Is it bad?
I actually don't know what's wrong with Facebook either.
Okay, I mean, I guess you guys don't follow the news. Facebook sucks.
We don't watch the news because we don't want to be depressed and fed
up. That's all I really want to say. I don't want to say too much.
Is it just okay? Yeah, fair enough. You don't have to get into it. We're a gaming podcast. Come on, guys. Yeah, definitely. I think it is what it is, isn't it? It's either going to bother you or not. I don't get the problem, but that's just me. But Gary Whitta did not like it.
They already have what they're doing. Why change it now?
To keep tabs on you. Pump more advertisement in it.
Who doesn't have a fucking Facebook anyway?
Maybe it's advertisement.
I mean, a lot of people are just deleting it.
Yeah, I guess you could. Will Facebook even be around in 2023?
Yeah, 100%. It's like the biggest thing in the world. One of the biggest things in the world, isn't it?
I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like every year Facebook just goes down a little bit more and more. Like no one really talks about Facebook anymore.
It's something to watch. It's something to look at in the toilet, isn't it? For me.
Sure.
Yeah, so I don't post anything. Like, oh, there's a funny joke. I might share it.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a very bad call.
Why?
Personally, it just has to do with what Facebook is about and what they've been doing. It's not video games.
Are they hacking like toasters and stuff? Is that what the problem is?
What?
Are they hacking
What is
your toaster?
No.
Is your toaster listening to your conversation? Because I'd have a problem with that.
I mean, that's not your toaster, your phone, but that's part of it.
They're gonna hack the bread, put the bread in the toaster.
I mean, have you never like said something toast and then you see ads for it? I've had that happen.
Type of shit.
Yeah, I've had that happen to me.
I mean, I type stuff, and then all of a sudden, like you type toilet brush, and then all of a sudden your Facebook's like, "You want a toilet brush? Here's 6 toilet brushes."
Exactly.
I'm like, "Oh, what?"
Basically the same thing.
Yeah, but I find that handy. I'm like, you know what? That toilet brush is alright. I don't know. I'm just different. I'm quite young.
Sure.
I'm laid back.
Kind of with Sims, like it's like, hey, they recommend me a nice toilet brush. I'm like, all right, cool. That's what I was fucking looking for.
But
Thank you, Mr. Zuckerberg. No, I get it. I get it's deeper than that, and obviously we're all having a laugh and a joke. And obviously, you know, if it's a problem for you, it is a problem. If it's a problem for you, then in 2023 it's going to be a bigger problem. And if they, I mean,
I will say this: my brother has an Oculus. My brother is in high school. He's young. I don't think he really has a Facebook, but he has an Oculus account, I assume, right? I don't know. I never really asked him. I think he has the Oculus. What's the wireless one? The Quest? He has the Quest. He has the Quest and the PSVR.
I'd love a Quest. Wouldn't you love a Quest?
Yeah, he's been getting really hard into VR for the past couple of years. So once my mom realizes that he needs to do that, I mean, there might be a problem there.
Mom! Yeah! I need a Facebook account! No!
Exactly.
Your mom just chucks a shoe at him.
Hits him. Let's move on. That's a weird story.
Trying to do a podcast over here.
So we did finally, Connor. It happened officially. Call of Duty. Finally. How many times have we been saying it?
Finally.
It was rumored. We talked about the rumor multiple
shows. Took to the end of August.
Yeah, multiple months ago we mentioned the rumors and stuff, but it is called Black Ops Cold War. That was the rumor, and we were right. It's going to be at Gamescom. We know that.
So
we put our predictions up.
I have a question. Right. Do you think we're so late to hear about it? Normally by May we know all about it. You know, we've seen the single player. We've probably already seen the multiplayer by now. Do you think this is development issues? Because obviously I think they had a team and then they had to take that team off. Or do you think it's just a COVID issue of being able to promote it in the right way, finding the right platform? Maybe they don't have a deal with PlayStation. Maybe they don't have a deal with Xbox. And that's the only two places they've really been able to put it. So now, obviously, they've got Gamescom. It's like a level playing field and they can show it. And obviously, this is the question I'd like to know about, is do you think it's just they're so late to showing it because they've only just really finished it?
You laid out like all the possible scenarios.
Yeah,
it's like it could be any one of them. I don't know. Clearly, they have some kind of deal going with Keighley right now for this Summer Games Fest thing. Because, or at least Activision does, because they revealed Tony Hawk with him, they revealed Crash with him. Now they're revealing COD with him. So clearly, Activision has something going on with Keighley. So maybe the plan was to always wait for this and then reveal it there. I don't know. I don't know why we're getting it so late. It did have development issues. So originally this year's was supposed to be made by Sledgehammer Games. But that got taken off. I don't know. It might have been 2 years ago already.
I think the rumor was they were bashing Sledgehammer and they were already in production with the new Black Ops. And they like put assets that they had with what they had. Yeah, maybe the single player type thing went into this. I don't know. Also, Raven is heavily developing this. Well, they're always along with Treyarch. Yeah, they're always a big part, but their name's like literally on the fucking box now on this. Oh, is it? That's good. Yeah. Raven, it's gonna like pop up. Yeah, you know. Yeah, man, I love Raven. It's such a great studio. Like, it's I wish they'd just let them make a COD. Honestly, like just by themselves, or at least just a single player. Yeah, that'd be really cool. But yeah, we don't know. It doesn't matter ultimately when COD reveals it. They could have revealed it a week before it fucking launched, right? It's still gonna sell 20 million copies or whatever.
And people are still gonna hate it. it's not as good as the last one. They've ruined it. It's not right. I don't like it. And they'll still play it.
Everyone says that on
Everyone.
Right?
Yeah, but Modern Warfare, nobody said that about Modern Warfare, so.
Nobody likes
Someone said
when
that.
it comes out. Nobody likes
Really?
it.
I've not heard much complaint about Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
What I will say, I have faith in Treyarch. I think that they are a great studio. So for them to be putting out a game, I think that who knows when they actually were like, okay, we're making it the next one, right? We know that the rumors about Sledgehammer, so who knows how long they've actually been developing it. You know, Treyarch's a great studio, so I have faith in them. We'll see at Gamescom.
That's the last one, though, right? With no single player. Black
Ops
Ops 4.
But they had like 3 big modes, didn't they? They had their Warzone, they had their Battle Royale, they had their zombies, and they had their
standard
multiplayer. I didn't see it being an issue, and maybe it doesn't need not all of them need to have a single player.
So, botched was a bad word. I think I was disappointed in the fact that it didn't have a campaign, but I still liked.
It seemed like no one liked that one in general, though.
Really? I don't know. Blackout. It's a pretty big success.
I did go to a shop. I went to a local gaming shop the other day, and Black Ops 3 was more expensive than Black Ops 4.
Yeah. Black Ops 3 was a good game. It didn't have like a great story, but it's a fun multiplayer.
I haven't liked really any of the single player ones this whole gen. I liked the World War II one.
Yeah.
There's a couple I missed.
Did you play Infinite Warfare? Because I actually liked
it with Kevin Spacey.
No, that was Advanced Warfare. Infinite was
that the one with Conor McGregor?
No, it was one with Jon Snow.
Conor McGregor
was in that one too.
Was he?
Yeah,
I think
he was in the one with Jon Snow.
With Christopher Maloney.
I don't know who that is.
Anyway.
SVU, Law and Order SVU. That guy.
He lost me. I've got no idea what that is.
Never mind. Any last thoughts on Call of Duty before we?
I couldn't give a rat's ass about Call of Duty.
Wow.
It's just that game that comes out every year and sells money. Don't get me wrong, I was intrigued. I was very intrigued with Modern Warfare because the story looked very deep, and I thought it was going to have that very... Yeah, and I thought it was going to have that very shock value moment of Modern Warfare 2. But it was decent. I was apparently the sound, I played it, and obviously they were big on sound, or big on obviously the it looked great. In all honesty, I played it and it ended, and I was like, I'd love to have had more, but I wasn't like, I want to play another one.
Well, I kind of did because they set up the when they put all the files down, they set up characters from the original trilogy, basically. So, I mean, we're gonna get.
I want to play number 2. Well, I'm just not bothered about this one.
And he's like, or she's like, I want you to have a team. And he's like, okay, well, I get to pick my people. And he's laying all the files down or whatever. You see names
there.
Vaguely remember.
You see Ghost. You see Soap. You see
Soap.
What was the other guy? Gaz.
McTavish?
Yeah.
Soap McTavish. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Then you see Gaz, which Gaz is in this game. He doesn't go by Gaz in this first game, but yeah.
What I mean is, I'm not bothered about Black Ops. Modern Warfare, I'll pay a lot more attention to, but Black Ops and Infinity War and all, I don't know, all them crap ones. Like, give me Modern Warfare 2 again, and I'll be happy.
Did you play Black Ops 1? Because that was really good.
No, I wasn't. I'm not that bothered. I'm not a first-person shooter guy. I like your soaps, and I like your prices and stuff like that. Give me them people.
Price is great.
You know what I am curious to see is zombie mode for this one. Because Treyarch's making it, they usually make the zombie mode. I like zombies.
Yeah,
me too.
Zombies is always fun. It's
always fun. Just zombies in general, not the mode.
Just in general, yeah. I'm with you on that.
So that's it for the news. Pretty short news.
Yeah, my bad. This is my fault, everybody. There's no news because of me.
No, we have some good stories. Let's move on to
preventing news.
Yeah, Sims is blocking.
I keep checking. I check it every 5 minutes for everybody.
Okay, new releases. We got Project Cars 3, which is pretty big. PS4, Xbox One, PC for August 28th. Wasteland 3 finally coming out. PS4, Xbox One, PC, August 28th. And this is probably In Exile's last PS4 game or PlayStation game, I would assume.
You would assume, yeah.
Then we got Windbound, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, PC, August 28th. bunch of stuff coming out August 20th. And then I can't even speak. Crusader Kings 3 on PC September 1st.
No big August game this year, huh? Like I know I got UFC, but that's not like big for everyone. But usually we get like one big like game everyone's been looking forward to. Like last year we got like Control in August.
August 19th. Why do I that?
Yeah, something like that.
Why do I? No, it's not. Let's have a look. I want to see if I'm right now.
The only one that I think of is it borders between August to September is Tell Me Why, which is about to come out.
Oh yeah, got that to play.
There. But that's like, I guess you can consider that an August release. I think it ends. The last episode I think is in September.
I knew I was wrong. 27th. I had 27th of August 2019.
So let's move on to the bets. Sims is winning right now.
Yeah, I am.
10 wins.
The champ. Don't make me rip my belt off the wall.
The champ.
Connor,
no, I can't because it'll rip the paint.
Rip that paint.
No, it's Velcroed, but the paint, it takes the paint with it. It's a long story.
Oh, that sucks. So last week's bet was how many characters are in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. Connor, you said 62. I said 61. You pulled a Daniel.
Pulled a Daniel. That's what we'll call
Sim
it.
said 30. So I looked up how many with all the DLC included, just to make it pretty fair. There were 46 characters. Way less than I thought. I had way more in my head. So that means Sims wins again.
Winning. So excited we get. We have to put a stop to this, Daniel.
We have to just.
He's way too excited.
We need to go on each side of every bet he does. So one of us is going to win, unless he
one
gets
of us
it down.
has to.
I'm the champ. I'm the champ.
We can't let Sims be this happy, man.
No, what do you mean?
We need depressed Sims. That's what we need.
Listen to
yeah,
me.
that's what.
You press me.
I'll
press back.
Doom and gloom for Sims.
Who's the best? Say it. Who's the best? Say it.
Wow.
Daniel.
He was not. He was not like this when he was losing, was he? With the bets.
Yeah,
yeah.
When he was losing, it's all like, "Oh, I don't really even care about the bet." You know, you guys can win. It's fine.
Yeah,
now that he's winning.
And now he's winning. He's just okay. So this week's bet, because we got a lot of WB news and stuff, I figured I want to know how many Batman games in total are there?
Ooh.
Games with Batman in them.
With Batman in it or Batman game?
That's a good. So if you like guessed in some other person's game, we'll just do
Batman
have
the fighting games. You'd have.
Yeah, we'll just do Batman games.
Where
Batman
would
games.
Gotham City Knights go into this, or whatever
Batman
that
game
is called? Gotham Imposters.
You'd go in that.
Batman has to be in it.
Yeah,
Straight
Gotham
in.
Imposters is not, because that
Goes in the trash.
No,
is not in the
Straight in the trash.
Does Batman have to be in the title?
I would say no, because it could be like Gotham Knights, right? Like I think that's a game. Suicide Squad probably has Batman in it, I would assume. So I think that's a game.
Okay, I will guess.
Are you including the Suicide Squad?
What?
Are you including the Suicide Squad?
I won't include these two now.
Good, right. Damn right you won't, yeah.
No.
I'm going to guess 16.
Ooh, you're going on the low side. Interesting.
Oh, I'm not doing the research for this, by the way. You can look.
No, I usually.
Yeah, you got the Batman shirt on.
I do have the Batman shirt on, so I know exactly how many games there are, and there are exactly 23 Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan and Batman have no correlation together.
Are you sure? I thought Michael Jordan was Batman. Is he not?
No.
I'm gonna say. There's a lot, man. I mean, like what we say in early SNES days. Maybe not a NES.
I remember there's a couple GameCube ones. There was like the tie-in with Batman Begins.
That game was pretty good.
Very good. It looked
very good game. Very good.
Yeah.
Good, sir. Good decision-making choices that you just said there, connoisseur. Very good game.
Thank you.
Batman Begins. Very underrated. Very underrated. 20.
20? Interesting. He's cutting in the middle of us. All right. So Connor, you said 16. I said 23. Sim said 20. All right. Let's move on to the game. And this week, boys, we're gonna do something special. We're gonna celebrate the best game of the generation. This generation is great. So many good games. more than 64, but we're going to do a bracket with, I think I hit myself with my pencil.
Yeah.
We're going to do a bracket with 64 of the best games picked by basically me and Connor.
I had no involvement. I was asleep half the time. I was asleep during your decision to do this.
We're going to do a tournament bracket. And we're going to discuss each one, and we're going to do it within 5 weeks. We'll do each part of the bracket and then do the finals in the last week.
Full disclosure.
And we're going to invite the developer that wins the whole thing on to the show the week after we finish.
See if they want to come on. And
so Corey Barlog, get ready, man. You're coming on here.
So the idea is, first of all, every game we've chosen has been randomly selected. We have we've not rigged this. We have randomly chosen. I didn't
seed anything. I just did it random and then filled out the bracket as that. I did not seed anything. I mean, we know Red Dead 2 would have gotten number 1. Yeah.
100%.
Seed.
We're going to do one bracket a week.
Yep.
And then gradually go to semis, quarters, and final, right?
Yep. Just for this first bracket on the top left. That's the one we're doing right now.
To be clear, so today we are going to have a winner of one bracket, right? One of the 4.
Yep. Okay, one of the final 4 will be today.
Chosen. Yeah. Okay.
Chosen today.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Right, sweet.
Yes. So,
without further ado,
are we ready to start?
We are.
Yes.
Okay, so
let the arguments begin. But actually, before it starts, I just want to say I love you guys. Let's all just be cool, Let's all be cool.
Be cool.
Just remember, I'm always right. Okay. Just remember that going in.
I mean, you're perfect. We've discussed
That's what
this.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Just remember that.
Okay. Let's start. We're starting with this first week will be the top left bracket.
Yes.
So the first fight, we'll call them fights. The first fight is Life is Strange Season 1 versus Metal Gear Solid 5.
Came out very close to each other, too.
Which is a very interesting matchup because I think that they both do very good things and they're separate. One has top tier gameplay, the other one has top tier story and characters. So,
yep, that's exactly it, right?
So you got the so basically we're talking the best gameplay possibly ever in a sandbox open world.
I don't agree, but I can see why somebody would say that.
Very good.
Probably the best storytelling ever
in Life is Strange.
Either, but
you talking about Life is Strange?
Very good.
Yes.
As well.
Yes.
I don't know if it's the best, but it is one of the best stories. Yeah, sure. I think
certainly has very campy writing.
It has great characters.
It's very teenager-esque, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
very easy for me. I just with all of these, I'm just going with which one I like more. Not which one is necessarily the better game. I'm just going which one I like more.
I'm gonna give a shout out to the music. Life is Strange.
Life is Strange 1 music is very good on Life is Strange.
Very good.
I mean, for me, I've not played Life is Strange. I've watched it. I know I think I know the story. And Metal Gear Solid, I played a bit of it, and then I realised it's a massive game, and I really couldn't be bothered.
Sure. I mean, it might not be your type of game, But
it
Chloe is like...
It was, I don't know. I don't know. I got to like chapter 16 or something, and I was like, ugh, I'm not bothered.
Yeah, the story never hooked me in MGS5 like at all. In any way.
We're talking about. I'm sorry, I was talking about Life is Strange.
Oh no, sorry.
I was very confused.
Okay.
Very confused. I'm sorry. I only played an hour of that game. I couldn't play it.
Of MGS5.
Yeah.
Yeah, the gameplay is stupid good. Like for a third-person shooter, it's really good. Like, it feels great to play, great to control. But yeah, I just like Life is Strange more, man. That game just vibed with me really well. I love the whole campy high school setting with like a weird twist on it. I'm so into that. So yeah, I pick Life is Strange.
I pick Life is Strange. You could say whatever, even if you don't agree. You could still say whatever you want.
I feel like
you could say MGS5 if you feel it.
Sims, pick one.
Life is Strange. Life is Strange.
Okay. If you say it, I mean, it was already 2-1, but you could still say it.
Yeah, that's the rule this year. So if it's 2-1 anyway, like
sure. But I mean, he could say it. That's how he feels, right? I mean, I'm probably gonna be looking at some of these games. I'm gonna probably be at the 1 sometimes.
Damn right. Me and Sim's gonna gain up on you.
Yeah. So next fight is What Remains of Edith Finch and Ghost of Tsushima.
Ooh.
Which is also, I feel like it's very similar to the last fight. One has a very good story and characters, and one has pretty good characters and good combat.
Yeah, I loved Ghost. I just platinumed it. The gameplay is excellent. The story was pretty good. It was fine, but I'm going What Remains of Edith Finch all day. That game still, to this day, sticks with me. There's one particular story in there that I think about all the time still. The Lewis story, or Louis, Lewis. Yeah, that one in particular, man. I think about that one all the time, and I just loved it. Yeah. So for me, it's pretty easy because What Remained of Edith Finch just stuck with me, and even with Ghost, I'm forgetting details of it even 2 weeks after I just played it.
Sure. Sims, what do you think?
I've not played Edith Finch.
You haven't?
No.
Oh man.
I would say Ghost of Tsushima, but obviously I'm outvoted.
Are you? What is Daniel picking?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm 1,000% with you.
Okay, cool.
Edith Finch. Sims, I don't know if it's your type of game. If you're not liking Life is Strange, I don't know if Edith Finch is your type of game.
It's not like I don't like it. It's just.
I mean, did you like Gone Home?
I never played that.
Okay, so there you go.
I don't know.
That type of game. Edith Finch is that type of game, but it's probably the best one.
It's just something I've not got to. Or
I hated Gone Home.
Really?
I hated Gone Home. Gone Home was horrible.
I really like Gone Home. It is
fight.
in our 64. So let's go into the next fight. The third fight is, these are two very interesting ones: Hollow Knight and Celeste.
Again,
it's a little more even, I think, here.
I'll start since I'm not very interested in either of these, because I'll go real quick. I like Celeste more because it was more fun. Hollow Knight, I played both of these for maybe 30 minutes in total.
Yeah,
and I was like, I'm not a 2D platformer guy at all. I know Hollow Knight really isn't that.
It's a Metroid.
Yeah, Hollow Knight, the vibe was cool, the setting was cool, but as soon as I started the gameplay, I was like, I'm not in this. Celeste, at least I had fun jumping around for 20 minutes. So yeah, I'd go Celeste.
Sims?
I bought Hollow Knight, realised it was too hard, but now I've played Ori. I really want to play it. But I've not played Celeste. But Celeste is the game I'd really like to play. Hearing what I've heard, I think Celeste has got the better. It's just got the perfect messaging to anybody who's just down on their, on their luck or whatever. You can, just keep on trucking. You'll get to, you'll get there in the end. I feel like any game that has any game has a message in that you play it and then you feel I can do anything because this game has made me believe in myself. If that makes sense.
Sure.
I'm deep, man. How deep is that? I'm a deep guy, man. I'm deep.
I will say something that you both haven't brought up is Celeste has really good accessibility options.
Yeah, I was going
to give you infinite jump, or you can't die, stuff like that. The one thing I give Hollow Knight, I think Hollow Knight looks nicer. I do like how Celeste looks, the next pixel art, but I think Hollow Knight is just a better looking game. I haven't given Hollow Knight much due. I need to play it. As much as I love Metroidvania, it's just not a game I've given its due, but I would probably say Celeste as well.
Sweet.
It is.
Celeste it is. Yeah, you should play it, Sims. It's great. This one's sucks for me. That's all I'm going to say. The next fight is Shovel Knight versus Red Dead Redemption 2. It sucks for Shovel Knight. I have a poster of Shovel Knight. Shovel Knight brought back that retro 2D style back into the modern age, right? But
yeah, with Shovel Knight, it seems like they've made a classic character, just with that in a game people really love. I don't.
Look, all I'm gonna
Red
say.
Dead 2 was just, I mean, what a fucking experience. There's that. I'm sure we'll talk about Red Dead 2 many times during this whole thing.
I think so.
All
Sims,
I'm going to
do you
say
have
is
anything to say?
Red Dead Redemption 2 is probably the best game ever made.
What do you have to say about Shovel Knight?
I have not played it, but I respect it.
Okay. Well,
it's something I'd like to play. Again, it's just one of those.
I think for on principle, I have to vote for Shovel Knight, even though I know it's not going to win.
Boo.
I would agree about Red Dead, but I think I need a vote for it to give Shovel Knight a vote at least. I have to because I just love it.
Vote Shovel Knight.
It's just no numbers.
Sure.
This font doesn't have any numbers.
It doesn't. That's fine. That's fine. So the next fight is Hellblade versus Inside. Two very interesting games.
Have we both? Has anybody played these games?
That's a tough one.
I've played and beat both. Have you not played?
I played Inside. Which one's
Did you not
Inside?
play Hellblade?
Inside's not the one. Inside's the one with the spider. No.
That's Limbo.
No, that's
Inside's
Limbo.
the newer one.
Inside's
with
the old,
little
I
boy
played
with the
both.
red shirt.
I enjoyed Inside. I enjoyed Inside. I at the end I was like, "Whoa, this is weird."
Yeah.
But I think Hellblade, again, with what I said about Celeste, it's just got a better messaging. I've heard nothing but good things about Hellblade. And my missus played it; she really enjoyed it. Unfortunately, it's just not enough hours in the day to play everything. Don't get me wrong; I'd love to sit here and go, "I've played every one of these games." I just haven't. I haven't got the time.
No, it's fine.
Sorry,
Connor. You've played both. What do you think?
I don't know. I'm having a lot of trouble with this one.
This is a hard one.
I love Playground games, and they're
yes, for sure.
They're Limbo and Inside are both great. I love that. Those are really the only, I know it's not a 2D platformer, but those are only the 2D games that get me really, because they're puzzle games pretty much.
Yeah,
they're just kind of going on the next. And I love the weird vibe Inside has too. But then Hellblade had such good gameplay. I thought, and the cool whisper theme with my headphones and the story overall, I thought was great. I'm not a big fan of both these games ending, which is kind of weird.
I like Hellblade's ending. I don't like Hellblade's combat, to be honest. I think that's where it falls, personally. I think the story and the characters are really good. And I think Inside's just almost a perfect game.
Yeah,
as sad as it is for me to even say that. Because
I don't like ambiguous endings where it's like, oh, you figure it out. It's whatever you think it is type thing. I don't know.
That is Inside, right?
That. Yeah, that is Inside. It's kind of what Hellblade was too, almost.
No, I mean she kind of is fine.
Excuse me.
It's fine. I'll go Inside. I think Inside's the better game.
Sims, Inside?
I want to say Hellblade.
Okay. That's okay. That's fine. Inside wins. But trust me, it's a hard choice because I do really like Hellblade a lot. This next one's going to be interesting. The next one is Animal Crossing New Horizons and Control.
I'll go first.
Sims, I'm gonna let you go first.
I love both of these games. Like, Animal Crossing is the game that saved the world this year. A lot of looked after a lot of people in this horrible, depressing, miserable time that is 2020. I had a lot more fun with Control. I really, really enjoyed Control. I like the combat, the world, the Jesse, the fridge that killed people. I mean, I really enjoyed it, and I can't sit there and go, "Oh, in Animal Crossing over Control." Control's the better game by far. Animal Crossing's an escape.
Oh, I can see that. Sure.
Yeah, most times I just like Control way more over. It's just way more my type of game. Animal Crossing's cool. Bored the shit out of me, honestly, but
it made our list.
Cool. Yeah. No, it should be on.
Yeah, sure. I think it deserves a spot in the list, but I've mentioned this before. Control was not my game of the year last year, but I do think it is a great game, and I think it's better than Animal Crossing. So we're gonna give it to Control. This is a very interesting one. I'm very curious about this one. The next fight is Lost Legacy versus Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. Two very different games.
I never played any of them.
I'm not a 2D platformer guy. I am a Naughty Dog storytelling guy, so I will pick Lost Legacy.
Oh, that was pretty straight up. See, It's funny that you just straight went there. I beat Lost Legacy, and I tried Tropical Freeze, hearing how great it is, right? Because it was also on the Wii U. I played it on Switch, and it just didn't do it for me as much as I thought it would. I don't really like how Donkey Kong feels. He doesn't feel like Mario, really. I wanted him
more
to
like
feel
a fast-paced type thing, right?
It's fast, but he has this way more weight to him and how he moves. I just didn't vibe with how he feels.
I mean, you'd think Donkey Kong would feel like furry and like it's soft, but like Mario,
a big dude,
but Mario is like more like human, so it'd be like more smooth like skin.
Smooth.
That's not the feel I was talking.
Oh right,
about.
sorry, I took to tell my child off. She was being loud. I'm joking. Sorry.
That's not the feel that I was.
We're having fun. I've just punched my headphones.
You did just punch it.
We're having fun.
Donkey Kong gave you a hug. He'd probably crush your spine.
Fuck me up.
So I think I got to go Lost Legacy as well. What about you, Sims?
I've not played any of them, but I played an Uncharted. And I've heard good things about this Lost Legacy. I'd love to play Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. I was trying to convince my 7-year-old to get it so I could play it, but she got Yoshi's Woolly World.
Sure, yeah.
That kid.
So I guess we're going Lost Legacy. Looks like. Sorry, I didn't give Tropical Freeze its due.
People love that.
I'm gonna put LL.
I know people
I'm gonna put LL.
That's fine. This one's next little bout here is for Connor. It's Kingdom Hearts 3 and Persona 5.
Well, this is easy. Kingdom Hearts 3 all day. None of us even like Persona. But we all love Kingdom Hearts 3. Like we all love.
Oh, is that?
I'll make one argument.
Is that true?
I'll make the best argument possible.
I don't want to laugh you out of the room. It's fine. Go ahead. Give your argument.
I will go ahead. Goofy.
You know what?
Come on.
You know what? You know what?
Come on. You
Mickey Mouse?
Want to ride down the fucking Mount Olympus on Goofy's shield with Sora and Donald?
I do.
Can you do that?
Well, can I do it without Sora?
I don't think so.
Can I do it without Sora? Just Goofy and Donald? No. Okay.
No, Sora's got to be there, man. You need his big shoes on the shield to balance it out.
Oh, I see. Gotcha.
Yeah. And Sora, many pockets on his clothes. How many pockets does Joker have? Like 2?
Maybe. Well, he has a jacket too, so maybe.
Yeah, he could be 5. Packing in there, like loads in there, watches.
Not enough though. Not more than Sora.
Not more than Sora. Sora has a ton of pockets.
Mickey Mouse, Keyblades. Come on.
What are we gonna do? Because
I'm voting for Persona 5 easy.
And I'm not being that decision maker.
You are though.
You are. You have to be.
I can't.
Sibs, do me a favor here. Just put Kingdom Hearts 3 forward. You don't even like Persona. It's fine. Like I don't know. It's got a cool song. It's fine. All of us got like 30 hours in and then got burnt out on it.
If Kingdom Hearts beats
don't get
Persona,
burnt out on Kingdom Hearts.
I was burnt out like 20 minutes playing that game.
Boring as fuck. You know what's not boring as fuck? Kingdom Hearts.
Sure.
I am going to say different. Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, let's go.
But I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
I'm gonna argue this all the way to the end.
Connie,
no way.
You owe me so big now. You owe me.
No way. You owe me. You remember that, Sims, for one of the later fights.
I will. Let me tell you.
This next one's going to be very interesting. Life is Strange Season 1 or What Remains of Edith Finch? Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to say Life is Strange because I just got more affinity with it. I know.
This is a tough one.
I know that game is... I've seen it. I know it's good. Obviously, I've seen reviews of Edith Finch. Yeah, it's just one of those.
I think the thing that is leaning me towards Life is Strange is Chloe as a character. I don't think that... And even Chloe and Max's like friendship. I don't think that Edith has that. It is a different type of game, though. It's a more serious game.
You learn about these great characters, though, in Edith Finch without even ever meeting them, right?
Yeah.
And there's such cool parts in Edith Finch. I mean, again, I'll go back to the Lewis story.
They do so much with such
there's the cool comic book one with the Halloween theme that happens in it. That one's great. One where he plays the weird animal. I don't know. Again, I just go back to Edith Finch stuck with me more, man. Like I think about that Lewis story all the fucking time. Yeah, over that. Like I could tell you in detail the Edith Finch story, you know, and I haven't played it in 3 years. Life is Strange, I couldn't do that. So yeah, I go Edith Finch.
I have to be the one to do this?
You do.
I don't think I can go against Life is Strange Season 1 over Edith. I'm going to say it. I love Edith Finch, and I think that's a game that needs to be talked about more. But yeah, I don't think a game's talked about enough, to be honest. Okay, this next fight is pretty much what happened in 2018 as well. Celeste versus Red Dead Redemption 2. It happened. Celeste got the Game Awards nomination, which was awesome, but everybody knew it really didn't have a chance.
This isn't pretty much what happened in 2018.
Yeah.
It was God of War and already Red Dead
But
Redemption
this was there. That's my point.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Not as direct, I guess, of a fight.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant those were like the two.
No. But not directly. So we're all just going Red Dead 2.
Yeah.
That's, I think.
I didn't even have to say anything because you boys know, don't you? You know it's the greatest game ever made.
You go back and forth on this whole greatest game ever made.
I love this game so much. Like,
I think
it saved my
earlier,
life.
No Mercy.
Listen,
I swear it was Witcher 3 last week. The week before that, it's fucking something else.
All the time. Okay, the next fight. Inside versus Control, which I think is a very good fight. They both have really great art styles and art direction.
They do.
They're just very different gameplay.
It's Control all day long, right?
I got no Inside, honestly.
Oh my god!
Inside.
I think Inside just had a better design. Even with how little sense Inside made, I think it made more sense than Control.
I think Inside, maybe. I love the atmosphere. I was very unsettled a lot of the time.
Yeah,
it's very eerie and weird.
That and the puzzles are so smart. Like Playground makes such great puzzles like that.
Because you're using objects that you're seeing, and you're trying to figure out how to move forward.
Yeah. Yeah, no, so I got Inside too, man. Just like the vibe of Inside.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Sims. You need to play Inside.
I have played it. I've played Inside. It didn't blow me away.
You should play it again. This next one, Lost Legacy versus Kingdom Hearts 3.
I mean, come on, Kingdom Hearts 3 all day.
Oh my god,
Chloe and Nadine. Chloe and Nadine are cool, but compared to Donald and Goofy, they don't really match up in any way.
What characters have lasted for like 60 years plus?
Don't give him a reason. Don't feed his ego.
There's classic characters in Kingdom Hearts.
It doesn't make sense.
Already great.
The combat's not great. There's games that come out 2.3 to 2.4 to 2.5 and 3/4.
How many hours do you put in Lost Legacy? 0.
Yeah, how many hours you put in Kingdom Hearts 3? Persona. This is your fault, Sims. This was your fault.
I thought we could lose it early on.
Plus, Lost Legacy is just like a side spin-off game.
All right, Sims. I'm voting for Lost Legacy.
It's the side piece of the Uncharted series. Kingdom Hearts 3 is the third of the Kingdom Hearts series, guys. With Donald and Goofy.
Where's Mickey?
Mickey's there too. He's there too.
Just because of his art.
The Frozen world? They sing the whole Frozen song.
I'm voting for Lost Legacy.
I'm going to vote for Kingdom Hearts.
I love you, Sims. Did I ever tell you that?
I only voted for it because you make a great point. Like, you've got all these iconic characters, all these iconic worlds. I respect the hell out of the game.
Let It Go from Frozen.
I just don't get why it has to be so complicated, and that's what bugs me about it. It's like, why can't they just tell a simplistic story? It doesn't make sense.
If you start from the first one, play through all the mobile games, all the PSP games,
All the DS games.
all the DS games, all 13 of the other games, then it'll still somewhat make sense. You know?
Have you
Then it
played?
comes together.
Have you played all these games?
I have, yeah, most of them. Well,
I can't believe it. I can't believe this. All right, the next one, which is this is a fair fight. It's not going to win, but Life is Strange Season 1 and Red Dead 2. I'm just happy that Life is Strange has gotten this far.
I am too. Yeah, good for you. Life is Strange. Red Dead 2 was just such a great experience. So
It's pretty.
Yeah,
it's
you
pretty
gotta give
clear.
it to Red Dead 2. Yeah.
The
pretty
greatest
clear.
game of all time.
And we're gonna go back to it again inside Kingdom Hearts 3.
I mean, once again, come on, pockets, guys, pockets.
Connor,
Keyblades.
I
I'm
mean,
voting
Hercules
inside.
world.
I'm
Daniel?
voting inside.
There's a Toy Story world in Kingdom Hearts 3. Can
Daniel-
you go visit Buzz and Woody?
would
in
you
Inside?
shut up
I
for
don't
1
think
minute
so.
about Bastard
I
Kingdom
don't
Hearts?
think so. I don't
Daniel,
think so.
what was your
no,
vote?
We're on in there.
I voted inside. Easy.
He's wrong. He's wrong. Inside, not even that good. Sims, you were arguing how bad it was in the last round.
Stop letting Connor.
You know what you were arguing was great? Kingdom
Stop
Hearts
letting
3.
Connor get away with this. Just
Kingdom Hearts
get it
3.
out of here.
And then
Why? Why would you get it off?
the
Are
final.
you voting inside?
Yes, I'm voting
Okay.
Kingdom Hearts.
Are you voting Kingdom Hearts?
Yes.
Yes. It's so good. It's such a good game, though. Way better design than Inside.
This is unbelievable.
The
This is
final
unbelievable.
of the
You guys
bracket.
are ruined.
of
This
bracket
is
one.
ruined.
How many Disney worlds can you visit in Inside? 0.
You have got to go to work in 4 minutes. Let's wrap this up.
Okay, this is an easy argument. What's the
Red
last one?
Dead 2 and Kingdom Hearts 3.
I mean, easy, guys. Come on. One's the greatest game ever. One just has a bunch of cowboys walking around.
Connor,
Kingdom Hearts 3.
Daniel,
You know how many pockets Arthur has? 2. 2.
Daniel, what's your vote?
2.
Red Dead.
And my vote is
Kingdom Hearts.
If you break this, you've already broken this.
Listen.
3 times.
Let me just make the argument, though. We got 4 minutes here. Calm down.
my
Kingdom
vote
Hearts
is
3
I'm
has a
voting
classic
for one of my
story. It is
all-time.
the conclusion to the Dark Side saga that Tetsuya Nomura put in place
I
in
can't hear
2002.
you. I can't hear you now. I'm gonna vote for the greatest game ever. I'm so loud. How does the neighbours? I can't hear a word I say.
It must be
I'm gonna vote for the greatest game ever made.
Kingdom Hearts.
Means a lot to me. The story was excellent. The world was excellent. I'm gonna vote for Red Dead.
Okay.
Bastards. I am just kidding. I will vote for Red Dead on this. If I'm being serious.
But we screwed over Inside.
We didn't screw over anyone, man. Kingdom Hearts. I
mean-
legitimately like Kingdom Hearts more than all those games, though. Like, legit. Pockets.
Well, that was 1/4 of our bracket. We have one of our finalists, Red Dead 2. And that also was this episode. It wasn't that heated. It wasn't that
Not
heated.
bad. Not yet.
It's going to get
Not
more
yet.
heated, probably.
I
I'm-
can't wait to argue Horizon.
I'm dead inside
Oh
after
my
this Kingdom Hearts
God.
stuff, so, you know.
We're gonna rank them all at the end, like what our top 10 was, and Kingdom Hearts is gonna be in there.
Oh, no. Yeah, it made it. It made it to the top 8. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
that's great.
Well, goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Tell your grandma.
Please tell your grandma.